Got a lot to get through before I can play Magic tonight. Let's talk. What up, viewers? What up, what up? Calc Soups here, and today is Friday, February 11th, and it means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. Like I said, there's a lot of news, so let's jump right in. Yesterday, we got a new Nintendo Direct with a lot of exciting tidbits. It started off strong with it was Fire Emblem Three Hopes, which looked like a Dynasty Warrior type game, where you run around as a single character taking on waves of enemies. You play as characters from three houses, so they're continuing the three franchise, I guess, in the latest Fire Emblem game. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. I haven't played Three Houses yet, so didn't really strike anything with me, but I know that it was a very popular game, and that people were looking for more Three Houses content, so hopefully this Three Hopes, Fire Emblem Three Hopes, can scratch that itch for my Fire Emblem friends out there. Followed by more news on Advance War 1 and 2, game I am very excited about, because I did play a little bit of Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advanced. We also got a launch date of 4/8/22, so April 8th, 22. Yeah, just a few short months before I'll be able to play more Advance Wars. Hopefully I can get some friends in on it. I know that the multiplayer was pretty fun in Advance Wars, so trying to play that with friends should be good. And I haven't heard too much about it, but we did hear about the campaigns of each of them and what each of the games will bring. New voice lines for all the commanders, so should be a fun time to play Advance Wars in April of this year. Next up, we had a Mario football game, or by football I mean soccer. There was a Mario soccer game coming out called Mario Strikers. It definitely looks like it's kind of like Mario Smash Bros meets Rocket League, where there's like you generate powers and then you use those powers to score goals in a net. Score goals in a net. You use like your character's superpowers that you build up charges for to score goals on each other. Should be pretty fun. All of the Mario sports games are usually pretty good. Mario Tennis Aces, Mario Golf, those are all pretty fun type games, so looking forward to seeing what Mario does when he hits the pitch. Got a little bit more information on Splatoon 2, or Splatoon 3, I should say, and the new PvE mode, multiplayer PvE mode, where you'll be taking on giant reptiles and very kaiju feel. I was sold on playing Splatoon 2, the PvE mode with friends last time, so I picked up Splatoon 2. Hopefully I don't get burned by Splatoon 3 and not playing very much of the PvE mode, but looking forward to the co-op in Splatoon 3. It looks pretty fun, and makes me sad that I didn't play too much of it for Splatoon 2. One of the big things that I saw coming out of the Nintendo Direct was Disney's new Mario Kart game. So it's called Disney Speedstorm, and it includes all your favorite Disney characters, and it is a free-to-play, cross-console, split-screen, online, co-op Disney kart racer. So each character will have their own unique abilities, and you'll gain charges as you kind of go through. So rather than hitting blocks and getting random abilities, you'll just build up charges for whatever your character's ability is. So they showed off a couple of them with, like, I think Mulan had a sword, and some of the characters had boosts, while some of the characters had slowdowns. So all pretty interesting stuff. Looking forward to seeing what Disney does with that. A free-to-play, yeah, lots of different keywords and tags there with Disney free-to-play, cross-console. Looked like, I think there's mobile maybe as part of it as well. I didn't catch all the details, but pretty interesting stuff there. The big meme coming out of the Nintendo Direct was Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, and how Kirby can now eat cars, as opposed to, well, he doesn't actually eat cars. It was more reminiscent of like the hat mechanic in Super Mario Odyssey, where like you can kind of possess the powers of whatever you cover yourself with, or cover yourself whatever you cover. So Kirby can like cover himself over a car and he gets the ability of a car. He can cover himself over a vending machine and shoot soda cans at people. So yeah, it seemed very reminiscent of the kind of hat mechanic from Mario Odyssey. So, but now we get to do it as Kirby, which is all the fun, especially when you get to eat characters and pull out your sword and your green hat. So looking forward to that. There was a big section of the Nintendo Direct. This was 40 minutes long, so quite a bit to cover off on. There was a big section dedicated to like collections, like the Kingdom Hearts collection is coming to the Switch. The Portal games are coming to Switch, so I'm looking forward to playing the Portal games potentially with my wife. While we, you know, because the co-op is very fun in Portal 2. So hoping to check that out. But yeah, there was a lot of collections. Kingdom Hearts and the Portal ones were the ones that caught my eye, but there were quite a few of them dedicated to that. Towards the end, they talked about Mario Kart 8 and how there's new content coming down the pipe. They are monetizing Mario Kart 8 with a booster pack that you can get if you have a Nintendo Online subscription, or you can buy separately as like a season pass, and you'll get like, I don't remember what it was. I think it's like 6 waves of 8 courses being added to Mario Kart 8. So you get 50 or so more courses. So yeah, it looks like Nintendo has learned how to monetize, and they're gonna Nintendo Online their way there, or they're gonna make you pay for some sort of season pass. So yeah, I think it's interesting, but I'm curious whether or not people just kind of want Mario Kart 9 more than they want to invest more money in Mario Kart 8, which has been around for 5 years now. So yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing there, but I bet people will pay money for more Mario Kart courses, especially some of their favorites. So looking forward to seeing what happens there. And then the stinger at the end was Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So a lot of 3s coming out with 3 Hopes, Splatoon 3, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Not a big Xenoblade Chronicles fan. I haven't played too many of them actually, so I guess I'm not a fan. I just haven't played too many of them. But I know that I do have a bunch of friends who are very excited for a Xenoblade Chronicle 3. So looking forward to kind of seeing what they do with that, and kind of waiting in anticipation. We didn't get any information on Breath of the Wild, which is something that we were looking forward to. A lot of people were anticipating. This was kind of intended to showcase everything that's coming down the pipe for the next 6 months or so. So we might not see anything. Breath of the Wild will probably be at E3 this year, since it wasn't in this. And yeah, I guess we've got a lot of games to look forward to from Nintendo in the next couple of months. But none of them are Breath of the Wild 2, which is what I'm most eagerly anticipating. So yeah, that was quite a Nintendo Direct. Let me know if there's any titles. I only covered the ones that I could think of, but if there's any you think were more important or you're more excited about, let me know down below in the comments. Another game that, well, we have game launches. February is turning out to be a very stacked month for video games. Sifu is the action kind of brawler third-person martial arts game that I've been pretty excited about for some time. It launched this week with an 80 Metacritic, so I think it's getting pretty good reviews. If you're kind of into that third-person action genre, I think this might be a good game for you. It's currently in my backlog behind Pokemon Arceus and Dying Light 2, 2 games I've been eagerly anticipating for quite some time. But I definitely want to get to Sifu. I think the game, this kind of third-person action martial arts game, I think if it's done well, which I think it is doing well, I think it could really have an influence on the industry. I could see, I don't know, just today I was thinking, what if Mortal Kombat kind of did this kind of third-person action thing? What if it was a Shang-Chi game from Marvel? So I just thought it was a pretty cool idea to kind of introduce kind of this martial arts combat game into the atmosphere and see what can be done with it. So I'm excited for it. I want to get to it, but it is currently in my backlog. So hopefully after I get through a couple more games, I can sit down and play Sifu, because it really looks fun, and I think it will have kind of a a cool impact on games if people can kind of take this and run with it, to spread it out to different IPs or something like that. Speaking of IPs, the Wolf Among Us had a pretty big update this week. Jeff Keighley and Telltale got together to kind of tell us that Wolf Among Us is coming in 2023 2023, so it's coming next year. It's still going to be an episodic game, but it's going to have more of a condensed campaign or a more condensed release schedule than typical Telltale games are with their episodic, monthly or bi-monthly sometimes release cadence. It sounds like it's going to be faster than that. And it just kind of gave us a cool insight into what's going on in the Wolf Among Us verse. I actually slept on the first one. I didn't play the first one, and as a huge Telltale fan, that seems like a pretty big hole in my repertoire, so I'll probably have to play Wolf Among Us at some point this year to catch up before I can play Wolf Among Us 2 next year. So looking forward to kind of seeing what that's all about, and I'm excited to see more Telltale games coming down the pipe. Like I've said many times, I'm a huge Telltale fan, and Telltale games and kind of Don't Nod games are what inspired me to get into streaming, so I could play these kind of narrative games with people watching and giving me feedback on my decisions. So I'm looking forward to continuing to do that with Wolf Among Us 2 next year. There was a Destiny vid doc this week, just a small documentary about kind of what's going on and what's coming down the pipe for Destiny, as the Witch Queen expansion comes out later this month on the 22nd, I believe. There's just a lot coming down, a lot of information and a lot of content that should be pretty exciting. We're finally going to face off in Destiny. We're finally going to face off against Savathun, character that we've been hearing about ever since the beginning of Destiny. They also talked about new weapons and this really cool glaive that as soon as I saw it, I kind of fell in love. Destiny definitely knows how to tug on the heartstrings and play the hits, because that new weapon type would potentially, worth pulling me back in, which I haven't played Destiny in quite some time, and I'm waiting for Destiny 3. But that new Glade Weapon looked really cool, so something I'm kind of excited for. And last but not least, they talked about with the Glade Weapon, there was also talk about like weapon crafting and what does it look like when you're building your own weapon and something to grind towards, which are all kind of things that Destiny has done very well in the past, is kind of setting yourself up for a goal, grinding towards it, and then unlocking this kind of new, unique to your own weapon. I think that's a really big game changer for Destiny, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it gets implemented. All this new content kind of really got me excited for Destiny, but with all the games coming out, I've got to kind of slow my roll, and Elden Ring comes out like a few days later, so as much as I would like to jump into Destiny and see what the next stuff's all about, I'm going to be just kind of hearing about this from the sidelines, but let me know if you are very excited for Destiny 2 and the latest Witch Queen expansion. Rising from the dead, Platinum Games is trying to resurrect Scalebound. For those of you who don't know, Scalebound was a Microsoft exclusive kind of dragon combat game that there was coming out, like third person, and again another third person action game, and it got canned like, I don't know, almost a decade ago maybe at this point, and we never heard anything about it, but it looked pretty close to being done, but it just got canned. I don't remember. There was a lot of kind of mystery around why did it get shut down and what was wrong with it. But Platinum Games is trying to resurrect it and bring it back from the dead and see what they can do to get it up and running. So I think there was a lot of promise. There was a lot of hype around it, even surpassing something like the Star Wars Project 1313 with the Boba Fett game. I think Scalebound was a little bit more public than that. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Microsoft is willing to let this developer finish this game. So it's been gone for it might have been developed on a previous console generation, so bringing it to current gen might be a whole task in and of itself, but could be interesting to see what a developer does with Scalebound. So Microsoft's got a lot of stuff on their plate with a big old Activision Blizzard acquisition, so maybe they'll let this one go or see what someone can do with it. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of see what was kind of a Hindenburg level of crash, and what someone can do with from the ashes. There was a cheeky trick I saw this week about, for those of you who are excited for Horizon Forbidden West, that if you have a PlayStation 5 and you want to get the game for a little bit cheaper, rather than $70, you can pay $60, buy the PlayStation 4 version, and then free upgrade to the PlayStation 5 version. So I don't know that this is like, I don't know how cheeky a trick this is, or if this was always the intention, but if you want to get Horizon Forbidden West on your PlayStation 5 for a little bit cheaper, you can buy the PlayStation 4 version and then upgrade for free. So Sony's got to know. I don't think Sony is like dumb enough to let this slip under the radar. So I could imagine that they know about it and they're just going to let it slide and see how many people actually do it. So if you want to save $10 rather than paying $70, you can pay $60 for Horizon Forbidden West. If you want to check that out. If it works for you, let me know how the process went, and if it wasn't too tedious to try and do the free upgrade, because I can imagine that being kind of the big hurdle is like getting that free upgrade. So I'll have a link down below kind of telling you how to execute all of that. For those of you who are okay with having physical media, Amazon is doing a buy two get one on video games. A lot of actually recently released video games. The two that kind of caught my eye were Dying Light 2 and Pokemon Arceus, two games I haven't bought yet. So I'm kind of curious what I would get with my third purchase if I bought two Dying Light and Pokemon Arceus. So do I want physical editions of them? Not particularly, but I could see potentially wanting to pass those around my friend group. So yeah, check out Amazon's buy two get one sale on video games. I'll have a link down below in the description. More often wrong than right, the Madden Super Bowl prediction is here. They had a pretty funny trailer with Marshawn Lynch going through kind of how things are going to happen and what kind of the Madden AI predicts will happen with the two teams in the Super Bowl, the Bengals and the Rams. They have predicted a 24-21 in favor of the Bengals, which we obviously know is going to be wrong because the Rams are going to win a hometown Super Bowl victory this weekend. Go Rams. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is doing a Blood and Wine level of expansion. Their big next expansion called Dawn of Ragnarok allows you to play as a Norse god, and is like 30 hours of content, which seems pretty big for a Assassin's Creed DLC. So like I said, it's on the order of like a Blood and Wine Witcher update. So definitely looking to see what's going on there, and potentially standalone. I think you can buy it even if you don't own Assassin's Creed Valhalla and just play through the expansion. So might be worth checking out just for that. The latest Shadow Warrior 3 trailer had a pretty fun theme. It was poking fun at like slow-mo in trailers to show off action and like making fun of marketing bullet points. Although they didn't say the word robust once, so I don't know that they know too much about marketing because everything is robust in marketing. But enjoyable trailer. I enjoyed it, and I am very much looking forward to Shadow Warrior coming out March 1st. So definitely looking to run around and kill some Oni or some demons as a Doom-like protagonist in Shadow Warrior 3. Last but not least, saw a pretty cool mobile game that's coming. I don't typically take too much interest in mobile games, but there is the Harry Potter collectible card game Magic Awakened, which was originally launched in China and Taiwan last year, and is now coming to the West with the help of NetEase and WB Games. So looking forward to seeing kind of what's there. I remember hearing something about a Harry Potter CCG, and now it's coming to the West, so hopefully I'll be able to check that out soon. Yeah. Well, that's it for the week. If there's anything you feel I forgot, feel free to leave a comment down below, and we can talk all things video games and video game news down there. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you do, follow, like, and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch so you can see more great content like this. I'll have links down below in the description. Thanks again. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend. And I hope you have a super day. Bye!